Okay,
Meeting is being live streamed.
we are live.
Oh,
So
we are live.
we are, James. My name is Kevin Mahan. I'm the Vice President of Sales and Marketing for Jensen. I have joining me today Mr. James Choi, who is broadcasting live from Illinois. James, co-developer of MiYO, well known throughout the world for your skills and your teaching ability. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you. It's always a great honor to be joining you guys through Jensen and education. It's a great moment. So we're good.
We're excited. And James, not that people keep tabs on exactly where in the world you are, but you recently moved to Illinois, outside a suburb of Chicago, and you're building a new lab, which is really exciting for you and your
Yeah,
wife.
it's very exciting for me. And I hope I stop moving around from now because it's been coast to coast and from Florida to Illinois at the perfect time on January 10th that when we arrived here, which
Yeah.
was everything was frozen. So it wasn't really fun, but it's definitely an exciting moment. Yeah.
Well, we hope you get your roots in, and excited for you to open up the new lab in a month or two once it's done. And we know that no matter where you are, you you have the ability to reach people and to teach them, and we're just excited to continue to work with you on development of new materials and things like that. And we're excited because we're constantly pushing the envelope. As great as MiYO is, and it is great, and the world, I think, speaks MiYO now. We're always pushing to make it better and better. And James, I'm just going to share my screen for a second here, because and then I'll take it down in a minute. But we are
Mhm.
excited to launch a new MiYO pink material, and that color is called, or that material is called hibiscus, right?
Hibiscus, right? Is it hibiscus or hibiscus?
Tomato, tomato, hibiscus,
Right.
hibiscus, it all works, right? But actually, that actually is a hibis. Now you're making me think about it. Now it's a hibiscus flower that you see there. And James, I didn't tell you this ahead of time, but this actually, I had this shirt made. This is hibiscus color on my shirt, just so that I can represent today. It actually
Wow.
isn't, but sounded good. It sounded good. But yeah, we're super excited to launch this new color. Why don't you, I'll stop sharing for a minute. We'll go to the next slide here in a second. But you know the material so well. Talk to me about what hibiscus and where you think you might use it and all that.
You know, um, for us as a technician, the more variety of you know colors or materials that's available for us to do what we do is always great. So I welcome hibiscus, the color, and it's a nice color. I do believe to really explain where to put which colors, I think that a lot of that depends on the underlying material. So
Okay.
whether that underlying material being a 3Y or a 4Y, or are we starting off with the pink, or are we starting off white, or are we starting off in bone color? Depending
Hmm.
on those options, I change up my primary color, secondary color, and the et cetera. So for my MiYO pink cases, I usually typically pick out a primary color and a secondary color. And my primary, I pretty much apply everywhere, the whole thing.
Okay.
And then the secondary will start creating the contrast and stuff like this.
Why
So
don't
if
I
I'm,
tell you what? You know what? Let's so we can give folks that are watching. This actually is the new color. You actually photographed that. So
yeah,
that's your image, which we appreciate. And you
I'm
were
not,
talking about primary colors and whatnot, right? Does this help to kind of
yes,
as a map?
yes. So when I say primary color and a secondary color for the pink, it's always depending on what my underlying material is. If my underlying material starts off a little bit of pink on there, then my primary color usually is Merlot to just create that healthy gingiva look, because there's no really real reason to create this color gingiva or different characters if we're doing upper and lower and we're not really matching nature, right? So if that's the case, then Merlot is usually my go-to. If the zirconia, the underlying zirconia starts off with a Denton color, then to get the same color effect at the end, my primary will switch to raspberry.
Okay.
So even with the pink systems, there's the high opacity, there's the medium opacity, and the high translucency. And we see this here in this card. In the high opacity section, there are some medium opacity colors in there.
Mm.
So I truly believe, I mean, from what I was seeing with the hibiscus color, I feel like hibiscus is the medium opacity.
Okay. Yep.
I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like it is a medium. And if I start off, let's say, a stark white zirconia, now I think my primary color will go closer to Merlot rather than raspberry because I'm starting off cold. When I say cold, the pink is a little bit coldish color, the white is a little bit coldish color, and then the Denton color is a warm color. So I compensate that with the colors because I get a lot of that reflection coming back at me, and I get a lot of the influence from underlying material through the color. So that's the kind of a choice that I make. Hibiscus will be a really nice color as a primary color or a secondary color, in my opinion.
Mm. I appreciate that, and I'm sure people are interested in learning how you would use that. I don't know if we mentioned this or not, but originally I think this color was born, at least in the beginning, from discussion about the Lucitone 199 color, right, which is kind of an acrylic. Obviously, it's an acrylic material. We had gotten some requests for that type of color, and that's another thing that I think is pretty cool is that we listen to what the market needs, and we'll develop that. And hibiscus is an example of that. So yeah, we're excited for folks to start using it.
Yeah, I also had a lot of questions on how do you match a denture color? They want a denture color because the patient and the clinician are so used to seeing the denture color, they want to keep it that way. And hibiscus will be a great one for that.
Awesome. Yeah. So you may use it as a base, like a primary if you want, and it all depends on the what we're seeing in the patient's mouth, right? The natural tissue.
Where we need to go at the end.
Okay. Yeah, great. So it actually is a product that is available. We started selling it this week, which we're excited about. So we do have plenty of it in stock and available for folks. James, I know there was something else, as we continue to push the envelope with MiYO and develop new products. There's something also that you're pretty excited about, and I'll share my screen again and maybe take a look at this. You want to tell our friends on Facebook what we're looking at in these next two slides?
Several things that I'm very excited about, which one of them is the opal structure. If you guys saw any of my presentations in the past, I've made a sample photo, a sample piece with the opal structure at a 0.01 thickness, and we captured all the light dynamics that opal really has. And I've been waiting for this for several years, and I heard that it's coming very, very soon. So I'm super excited. This was a prototype that I used for this clinical case right here. It's a number 8 and 9. 8 was a screw retained and 9 was a crown. This was 100% monolithic. I used the 4Y zirconia, unshaded 4Y zirconia, and I shaded everything with the MiYO. And then I finished off with the opal structure to create that surface texture. And I was very nervous when I sent this case out. And I really had no idea how it was going to turn out because it was really one of my first times to use the opal structure in the clinical scene. And when I got the call from my friend, a good friend of mine, Miles Cohn from Maine, he took this photo and he gave me a call and said, "What is this stuff?" And I told him what it was. I told him this is a monolithic material, and he said, "This is not monolithic. This is crazy." And that's when I think the moment when he really, shifted his mindset, because previously, before this case, it was always, oh, I want you to layer this, I want you to do it like this, I want this type of look. And with this case, I was not able to layer because of the position of the
Mm.
screw hole. So I wasn't able to layer this. So I told him the situation, and I asked him, let's see what happens. And when he tried it on, and he didn't believe me that this was a monolithic. Patient was very excited, and I'm obviously very excited to see this happen in the patient's mouth, and how well it looks, and how well we could blend with nature, even with the
Mm.
monolithic restoration.
Well, you are the master, without a doubt, right? And so you're very good at what you do. But I think what's so great about you, James, is you're not only great at what you do, but you're great at sharing that with other people. And I know we'll have some opportunities to do that in the future. We're excited to be at Lab Day West,
Yes.
the end of May, right? The weekend before Memorial Day. You'll be there giving a presentation at the booth, and you can I'm sure talk to folks about hibiscus and some of the other materials that are in development, and just MiYO in general, right?
There's many, it seems like, I mean, there's some cool little liquids that could enhance the zirconia. There's some zirconia stuff. There is the new colors that is going to be coming out. I mean, beyond hibiscus, you guys are constantly working on this and answering people's requests. So it's amazing, And in I don't know if I'm okay to talk about this for the Lab Day West, but the powder MiYO is very, very exciting for me.
Well, this is Facebook Live, so we can't take it back.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's all right. I think you're alluding to another product that we have in development that we're very excited about, as well, that complements the MiYO liquid ceramic, and we're hard at work in finalizing that. I know you've been super excited about that for years.
For years.
For years. It's, you know what? You're like a little kid on Christmas, waiting, waiting, waiting. But we think the time is very near. So yeah, that's actually your presentation will be talking about that.
Yeah.
Right?
We
So
got some interesting protocols, different ways of thinking, and different approaches with, the MiYO powder and the MiYO liquid ceramic. I think the future of shade taking and the future of aesthetics will be a little bit different. We'll definitely have more tools to achieve what we need to achieve. So I'm very excited for it.
awesome. Well, it's a great journey. We're honored and blessed to be on that journey with you, James, and all the friends and believers in MiYO. It is I would say a global movement. So we're excited to have you help us launch this new color for MiYO Pink, and really, really appreciate it. And thank everybody. I thank everybody for joining us today. It was fun to get out. It's great to be with you and with our friends, James. So I hope you have a great rest of the day. Anything else you want folks to know that are going to watch this?
I have no idea how many people are watching or who's watching, because I feel like you and I are just having a one-on-one conversation. But thank you for joining, and thank you for this moment, and be excited for what's coming in the near future, because I'm very excited. I'm a very curious mind, and I want to continue to figure things out. And if I could get that human to human interaction with everyone that's using MiYO, I will be very excited and very happy to.
Well, you do reach a lot of people, and actually a plug for our MiYO Connect Spring Education Series. We will be doing some remote education. I believe that your presentation is on April. I think is it 5th, if I'm not mistaken. It's a Tuesday at 3:00. We're promoting that on our MiYO World site and through Jensen's social media. So it's 3:00 Eastern Standard Time on that Tuesday. I believe it's April 5th. So that'll be great too. So yeah, whether it's Lab Day West or remotely through our spring MiYO Connects education. We look forward to seeing more of you, and hope you have a great rest of your day.
Same to you, Kev. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys soon.
Take care, everybody. See you.
Bye.